Number 4, factors that bring shame. Evil covenants and altars or patterns can bring shame upon a person. Evil covenants, altars, or negative patterns can bring shame upon a man, a business, a family, a nation, a church, anything, name it. I was talking to a man recently, and the man asked a question. He said, "Sir, when I started life, everything was rosy. I didn't pray to get a job. I didn't pray to marry. I didn't pray to give birth. But now, all of a sudden, you are telling me the devil is behind it. It can't be the devil." Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3 said, "Though it tarries, wait for it.
Yes.
It will not tarry, it will surely come to pass." Talking about vision of God, is that right?
Yes, sir.
When evil covenant is upon a man, wait. It will not tarry, it will surely come to pass. When there is a curse, when there is a spell, it might not work when you are to get married. It might not work when you are to give birth. It might not work when you are to even get promotion. It will wait at the end of your life when you are about to say, "I have built my house, let me enter." Then one day on the way, the person will slip and fall. They say, "What happened?" Paralysis. From paralysis, they say spondylosis. From spondylosis, they say they have to fly to Dubai. From Dubai, he said, "Sell my car, sell my jeep, sell that house, empty that frozen account, empty that fixed deposit." At the end of the day, he said, "Oh, doctor, what do I do? There's nothing." He said, "Oh, kill me now. Kill me." The program, though it tarries, wait for it. It will surely come to pass if you do nothing about it. Are you listening to me? I'm telling you, the devil is a patient dog. You wait. You wait. Oh, he said, I will waste David. So how do I waste David? He tried. David escaped because he planned that Saul will pursue David so that David will touch Saul, so that the anointing they poured on him will become a curse. David escaped down. He said, "Okay, now let's see. If he didn't escape becoming a king, let me make sure I fight him somewhere." He kept following David. Oh, he kept following him. Sometimes he will catch David. David will escape. He said, the Bible said, and the devil moved David to number the Israelites. As he numbered them, 185,000 people died in one day. Because there was a program on David, because his mother was not genuinely married. Faulty foundation. Faulty foundation. When David tried and escaped all, David's hand was full of blood. God said, "Because you love me, you will not build the house, but your son will build the house." So when David escaped it, the thing landed on Solomon. Solomon started where they said, "Let's leave him." When he's about to become the greatest king, we will enter him. So when he's about to become the greatest king, they said, "Marry the Egyptian, marry Moabite, marry Zidonians, marry Hittites, marry Jebusites." He married all of them. Then devil entered the woman and said, "If you love me, build us a temple." I love only God, Jehovah, Yahweh. Why would I build the God of Baal for you? He said, "If you don't love me, if you don't build it, then you don't love me." Solomon said, "No problem. I have money. God has blessed me with money. So let me build one." He built all the temples for all his wives. Then one day, the wife said, "Now, if you love me, follow me. Let's go and worship my God together." It's my turn today. I am wife number 1000. I am wife number 954. I have waited for 3 years. This is my year now. Because the women take turns. I don't know how he does it, but they take turns. Yes. You can't have 1000 women and you have all of them within 1 year. How many days are in 1 year? You can't have all the wives in 1 year. So some women, 1 year you won't see them. Another 1 year you won't see them. Then in the 3rd year you will see one wife. Are you listening to me? And when she meets you, she will take everything from you. When he finished, God now said, "Let us pollute this man." They polluted him. On Solomon, the kingdom was taken away from him. So though it tarries, fight it. Evil covenants, altars. I told somebody, I was telling some people, I can't remember when I said it. I said, when you come from a background that there is witchcraft at work, there is evil covenant, your forefathers served idols. When you come and become a Christian, number one, the first thing is you go to heaven. Number two, your inheritance, you must fight for it. Now, when you come for deliverance and you begin to enter the blessing, what happened is that the curse did not die. The evil covenant did not die. It was only suspended from your head. Now, you must now maintain a righteous walk with God. The day you go off, the thing lands again. Then you ask, but I went for deliverance 5 years ago. Yes, you went for deliverance. But that curse did not die. Proverbs 26 verse 2. The curse will not come causeless. It is like a swinging sparrow. It's like a bird. It's flying. It's out there flying, waiting for who will trespass so that it will land on the person. As long as this world is concerned, spirits don't die. Spirits will never, demons will not die until the last day. All the prayer die is good. I don't have any problem with it. But the word said, no spirit can die. You can't kill spirits. Only God will cage them at the end of time. So when you suspend the spirit of delay from your life, now stay in the right track. Otherwise, you move into that negative track, delay comes back again. That's why you hear people, I went to that church, they prayed, but after a while, the thing walked. He walked. Not be saying no walk, he walked, but after a while, the thing came back again. Then they go to another church. They say, we enter here. This is the real man of God. Because after I enter here, delay broke. Then the guy goes off, or the lady goes off, then the thing comes by. This man will get